So this is the unit that I've gone for. It is the Xtrons with 32 gigabytes of storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM with a quad-core processor. It's going to be plenty fast to do pretty much anything that I want it to do. Standard double-DIN unit. So it comes with a GPS antenna for satellite navigation, USB ports, standard wiring to get it all set up. I've got my reverse camera here as well, DAB radio. The first thing we need to do to get the old radio out is remove the top vent. Now this can be a bit of a pain in the arse, but if you do it right, you can do it without damaging anything. You need two tools. One is a small flathead screwdriver, such as the one that I have in my hand, which isn't focusing. And then you need some form of plastic tool that you can wedge in here. Now I don't have a proper plastic wedge tool, but I do have a window squeegee thing, which I'm going to use instead. I advise you against using anything metal in here, because what you'll find is as you're prying, you will damage or dent the plastics around, and you don't want to do that. So try to use plastic in here, but you will need a metal screwdriver to get into the clips. I'll show you what you're looking for once I've removed it, because it's quite difficult to show you what's inside the vent. But there are 3 clips on the bottom, and the first one that I'm going to attempt to get is in this third hole here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this plastic wedge in here, and then I'm going to attempt the first clip. And I do that by pushing the screwdriver in and then lifting it up, and then as you can see that one's come up now. So the second one is here. Again, I'm going to lift it up. There we go, that one's done. And then finally this one here. Again, I'm going to lift it up. And there we go. It will just pop out. So the clips that you're looking for are here, here and here. And what you're doing when you put the screwdriver in is you are literally pushing that up, which allows it to release. So just be very careful when you're doing it, and make sure not to damage your dashboard. Okay, so there's 2 screws on top of the radio, here and here. So and then you just lift the radio up and pull, and it just pulls out like that. And then the 2 connectors, you literally just push the clip in and pull them out. And then the aerial cable as well. It just pops out, there we go. Now we're ready to install the new radio. Okay, so now that the stock radio is out, you can go about fitting the new radio that you're putting in. Now, I've chosen the Xtrons unit, which is a double-DIN Android head unit, which is going to do everything that I want it to do. Now, what you can see here is that I've actually placed the Xtrons double-DIN unit inside a cage, and I have screwed the unit into the cage so that it cannot move. also attached to this cage is a bezel, which is specifically designed for the Saab 9 2008 onwards, because as you can see on the top there, it has the screw holes required to screw it into the dashboard, and basically we're going to be connecting this up into the car. So I've done a few things already to save some time. What we have is currently hiding in this dashboard is the USB ports, which I have put into the glove compartment. There's actually 3 USBs. The other one is hidden in the dashboard because it has a DAB antenna connected to it, but so it's sort of tucked in there. The DAB radio antenna is currently on my windscreen. I have the GPS, which is this connection here, on the dashboard in the corner. I have my external microphone up above where the mirror is, the rear view mirror. The special type of connector that you need to buy to make it compatible with aftermarket head units. The ignition live I've taken straight from the cigarette lighter. So this is the Connects2 loom. I chose this particular loom because it has the steering wheel controls, and that's a big deal for me. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to plug the car's radio cables into the, let me just zoom in a bit here. There we go. So these are the original Saab's radio cables, and we're going to plug these into the new harness. So nice easy fit, just clips in, and there you go. Once you've done that, you're going to plug the main harness plug into the back of your radio. Put all of the harness and the black blocks connectors into the dashboard, into the hole. Put your other cables in. So I'm going to put my USB cables in, which include my DAB radio. And then I'm going to put in my aerial connection, which is this one here. Push it all the way in. And then I'm going to plug in my GPS antenna, which goes here. And then the microphone. There we go. And then the 3.5mm jack for the microphone just goes into the 3.5mm socket. There we go. And I just want to try and hide these wires in the side of the dash as much as possible, because we don't want slack when we push it back. Right, I think that's everything. So let's have a go. Remember, I want to try to get all the wires into the dashboard and out of the way. Yes, very nice. Right. Right, So I've pushed it in now, hidden all the wires away. I'm going to turn the ignition on and make sure it works, because I don't want to have to unscrew it again to test it. Okay, so it's going straight to Spotify. So let's press play and see what happens. Apparently nothing, because I am offline. There we go. Okay, so it sounds great. Sounds great. So let's make sure that it knows where we are. So we're going to press navigation. It's going to take me to Waze. And yes, it knows exactly where I am. So the GPS antenna is working as it should be. Yes, I do want to shut down Waze. DAB radio. Okay. Radio. Okay. One thing that I do need to test is the steering wheel controls. So now, if I just zoom out, so you can see, if I play some music. The volume control. Works fine. And I can change the tracks. So that works fine. The next thing we want to do then, now that we know that it works, is screw it back together again. The two screws that go in the top to hold it in place. Okay, and then the only thing left to do now is pop the old vents back into place. And then I do actually have a bezel